If I compete with anyone, they have to win, otherwise I will not play, because my heart tells me that that's the right way to go. My mind, that was programmed by a private school, tells me to win at all costs. And I used to. How ugly. When I was a teenager and up until about 28 or 29, I had what you'd call business mentors who were motivators. A motivator is someone that gets you to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. Put the effort in to make it work. Before 19, I had coaches that did that in sport, in rugby and in martial arts. But I have a lot of gratitude to my coaches, because without them I probably would have given up. The teachers that I picked from my early years were all motivators. They weren't sweet and nice and speaking sweet words, lovely words in my ear. They were motivating me to be a better me. And they were pretty powerful. I got to understand a very important principle. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you won't. I became an unstoppable human being by the time I was 20. No matter what I was doing, I did not stop until I got it right. No matter what it was. I refused to give up. Because I had a clear, clean understanding that people who give up fail. And I didn't want to fail. I wanted to succeed in life. I also took this same principle that I used in business and sport into higher consciousness. The absolute refusal to give up. A continuation of experimentation, and I failed thousands of times. Being motivated towards higher consciousness is actually important. Being motivated towards success in life is important. My parents weren't very good at motivation. They couldn't care less what I did. But fortunately, I had other coaches that were interested in my success. Whatever habits we develop as children, as teenagers, unfortunately, we carry through the rest of our lives. And so if you have a habit of giving up, you will give up. We all develop patterns in our childhood and teenage years that are in the way of our success in higher consciousness. They need to be observed and noticed, and then taken apart. Because this whole game of higher consciousness is reverse engineering, taking away the things that don't help you succeed in life, be a better person, have higher consciousness, find heart, find love. The only thing that I really picked up from school was competition. What an ugly thing to teach a child, to beat someone else so you can win. It's against your heart. It took me a long time to learn that competition sucks. that we're trained in competition so we can be made to go to war. If I compete with anyone, they have to win, otherwise I will not play. Because my heart tells me that that's the right way to go. My mind, that was programmed by a private school, tells me to win at all costs. And I used to. How ugly. That's why I had to get out of business. Anyone took me on, I wiped them out. It was against my heart. Nowadays, I'm trying to motivate people to be successful in higher consciousness and the way of the heart. It's difficult though, because I'm running against people's negative programming from their childhood and their teenage years. What's absolutely required for you to change and become a better person, a more successful person in higher consciousness, is your willingness, which is a yes, not a no. My observation of being with many teachers over this lifetime is that the ones who have no don't get the oil. It's the ones that have yes that get the oil. And because I had a yes, my teachers gave me a lot of attention and a lot of advice, a lot of help, a lot of assistance. You want to shoot yourself in the foot, just support a no inside yourself when it comes to any endeavour you do in life. Just go negative. It guarantees failure. This is the stuff they should have taught at school, but they didn't. They should have taught us how to go for heart. Teaching us competition, what a terrible thing. I'm going to beat you and make you feel bad. How loving is that? Not. That's why I homeschooled my children. I didn't want them to go into that rat race of competition where they got to feel like losers if they didn't win. Developing low self-worth, which I discovered that most human adults have, and it's mostly a result of their schooling because of the winners and losers game. If I play, everybody has to win, otherwise I won't play. This is the way of the heart.